Take two.
Hey, I'm here with Paul Garcia from a band called Death in Memphis. They're from Joliet, Illinois. We're right outside Hattricks. How you doing?
All right.
We played with these guys back in, is it last year already?
I don't think it was last year. I think it was early this year.
Early this year. We played up in Milwaukee. These guys really kick ass.
It was snowing. I remember it was snowing.
It was snowing. The load in and load outs when it's snowing are always the best.
Right.
So you guys aren't all from Joliet then?
No, we're not all from Joliet. I was born and raised in Joliet. Our guitar player Steve was born and raised in Joliet, and right now our drummer, who's my son, was born and raised in Joliet.
Cool.
Our bass player is he lives on the north side of the city. Steve and I started the band. And like the first songs written were just me and Steve.
Cool.
We actually recorded a demo that we used when we were looking for other members instead of, we got tired of, trying to explain what we were doing and, and just having guys come cold and we play a song and they just make up their own stuff. It wasn't working out that way.
Yeah.
So we recorded, we've recorded 5 songs. Steve played guitar. I played the bass and played the drums and sang on it. And actually, I was playing bass when we started the band.
Oh, cool.
But anyways, we were kicking around ideas for names. I think Moons and Goochers were in there from Stand By Me.
Nice. How'd you come up with the name Death in Memphis?
We're Replacements fans. And there's a song called Alex Chilton. And one of the lines is in the song is, "If he died in Memphis, that'd be cool, babe." So we were like, if we died in Memphis, or die in Memphis, or Memphis and la la la. So how, then I think it was Steve that said, how about Death and Memphis? So it comes from a Replacements song about Alex Chilton.
Nice.
Who was in Big Star.
Who are your influences? What do you write about?
I guess mostly I listen to a lot of country, countryer stuff like Lucero, and the old 97s. I'm familiar with the old 97s. They have
sounds vaguely familiar.
They kind of got popular, but they have one album in particular. It's called Too Far to Care, and it's like one of the most perfect records that ever was. I mean, it's just
nice.
It's one of those records where I was listening to it over and over and over again, and at one point I even believe I said that I could throw all my music away and just have this record and listen to it, and I'd be perfectly fine.
That's great to find a record like that.
Yeah, I listen to country music, I listen to punk rock music, I listen to a lot of different shit. I don't really listen to rap or metal, but other than that, I can pretty much get into anything. Steve and I have been in and out of bands with each other since we were teenagers.
Oh, that's really cool.
And it's always been, something different. We even at one point attempted to do an alt country band, we just kind of didn't have the time for it at the time. But with this band, we were like, let's not like try to be this band, let's just write some fucking songs. And we just put out a full length record. And my whole idea has always been, it's in that same vein of, writing music that you like. I wanted the album to be a playlist. I really wanted it to be more of a. It has it sounds like us, but it still has that different flavor where you make your favorite playlist of a bunch of different bands, and that's our record. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I dig that. Well, you asked what I write about. I think most of my shit is fucking depressing, and like just because I think the world is depressing.
Yeah.
Life's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look around, it's like it's hard to wake up and go through the day knowing that like there's like so many people in the world that are just fucked.
Yeah.
For no other reason than they're just fucked.
Yeah.
You can attempt to try and do something for people, and I admire the fuck out of people that start these organizations and do this and do that,
Very much so, yeah.
And then there's always the people that fuck people, and then so they give those people a bad name, so then you don't know who to help because you want to help this person, but you're not, because you find out all these other people, just say, hey, this guy's getting money from doing this, and then they, like fucking Salvation Army. You've grown up thinking, oh, these are great people. They're doing shit for people. They're not. They're just fucking taking the money for themselves. See, there I go being depressing. This shit like that is what I write about. This is this is just because I fucking love making music. I mean, if I were a painter, I would love that the same. You know what I mean? This is I fucking love it. Yeah. I love getting together with people and fucking making music and taking it out and fucking playing it for people, and and then when you get feedback that people dig it, that makes it even fucking better.
With all the music in the world and all the different personalities and stuff, when you go out and you play something live and someone comes up to you and says, hey, I really like your, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's really cool that your son plays drums and that he can fill in when drummers are being drummers.
Yeah, I wish he's 15 and he's my son, I know, but he's the perfect drummer, because he knows he's me. He's essentially me, and so he likes the same things. We groove on the same things, and we vibe real well. I wish he was older so that we could just keep him, because he's great. He's and fun. It's especially fun, like I said, working with people and writing. It's especially fun doing it with him, because he's my kid, Steve, our guitar player, owns a music school in Shanahan, Illinois, which is real close to Joliet. And so he's got this thing that it's called rock band. It's a rock band class. Yeah. So they learn a bunch of covers and stuff. And so after they get so far, then he starts getting them shows at like local festivals, carnivals, and charity events and things like that. So he was playing with those kids, and they were fucking playing like Rush shit and fucking. It was really cool. He's playing bass in that, and then he played drums a little bit. He played guitar. He can fucking pick up anything, and he's got that gene. He's got that thing. It surpasses me. It's amazing. But I mean, the kids retain shit a lot.
So in the 4 or 5 years the band has been together, what's been the most memorable or interesting experience you've had at a show?
At a show, my friend Justin, who plays bass in a band called The Usuals. Okay. So we play. He does these shows once a month, acoustic shows in his basement. It's a small little place. People just come and fucking hang out. Some people bring food and fucking drink. It's just a party and fucking hanging out. And he usually has 4 or 5 acts play. He's had some people come. So anyways, we played there. Me and Devin. We've played a couple times there. We did an acoustic song. We did all acoustic versions, obviously, but it was a newer song, and I don't know if we'd even played it out yet. I think we might have played it there. Maybe we played it one other time as a band. Mm-hmm. And there's a part at the end where it's got like a kind of a sing-along part, and fucking everybody in the basement was fucking yelling it, and there's a couple things like that. That was the coolest fucking experience.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is fucking cool.
Not a whole lot of things more awkward than when there's a sing-along or a crowd response.
Yeah, right. No one's... yeah, right.
One person in the back like, oh.
Right.
Any genre, any band, anything goes. One song you wish you had written.
One song I wish I had written. I don't know. There's probably a number of. I mean, we'll go back to like old 97s. Like that record is perfect. So the opening track on that is "Time Bomb." Like that I guess that would be a song that I'd be like, oh man, I wish I wrote that fucking song. That's a fucking great song. I wish I had that, in my possession. And I also listen to a band called Buffalo Tom. They're not a punk rock band.
Okay.
They're from Boston, and they're actually, when they started, were very heavily Dinosaur Jr. influenced. So a lot of their stuff was really, a lot of their early stuff sounded like that, and then they kind of just evolved into their own kind of thing. I know that's another band that has the one record. There's one song called Down, and I can't remember what album it's on. That's another song I will if I listen to it, I rewind it and listen to it again. I never they never go to the next song without listening to it at least one more time. Yeah. So I guess that song would be good too, to say that I wish I had written.
Nice. So if you were the promoter for a festival with a limitless budget, build your lineup.
Okay, so it would be all right. So it would be Buffalo Time would be in there. I don't know what order we'd put these bands in, but Buffalo Time would be for sure in there. Old 97s would be in there. Texas Is the Reason would be in there. Hot Water Music would be in there. And usually I'm good with 4-band bill. But if we're gonna add another one, who would it be? No, the Flatliners.
The Flatliners.
That'd be a fucking amazing lineup right there.
Nice.
Of just fucking I would be hoarse as fuck by the time that show was over.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd fall asleep right immediately after it was over.
Yeah, sometimes four bands.
You know, yeah, like it used to be. Remember, like it used to be fucking. You know, you go see a band. There was three bands. You know,
Yeah.
It was like that's perfect. Now it's like you're just. I mean, I understand. There's so many bands and like no one goes out to shows, so you want to just try and get as many bands that are going to draw a little bit of people together, so that all those people come. You know, but that just makes for a fucking long night. If your fans come out to see you, and you're playing. You know, if you fucking 5-6 band bill and you're playing a fourth or fifth slot, you know, they don't even want to see you by the time you get up. You know what I mean? You just get fucking burnt out. Like I go see bands that I like and I really want to see. By the time they go on, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't wait till they're done. Yeah. I'm staying to hear it. I want to hear it, but I really just can't wait to fucking go home.
Yeah, especially and being a drummer, I'm very picky. But you know, using my own kit and. You just can't load in a drum kit in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
No, right.
And speaking of which, I think some bands are about to get started, so probably head in. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Yep, absolutely.
Now let me let it turn.